So last night, we slapped two separate same-game parlays that we dished out. We had the Kopitar and Kings for plus 103. Then we had that Ruckus over 6.5. Ottawa, Toronto, give me Giroux, give me Tavares. That was like around plus 250. We nailed both of those. We've been utilizing Caesars to take advantage of those same-game parlays. I told you last season I wanted to get us a Caesars promotion so that you guys could experiment with those. Well, now I guess it's only natural to take it to the next level. I also did one off to the side with the Kings, Kempe, 2 points. But Andy, I thought his point prop was at a half. How did you take 2? I went over to Bet Rivers because they actually offer that. I took Kings minus 1.5 last night with Kempe to register 2 points. I got plus 390 on that. And you can do that over at Bet Rivers. They offer that bet. Every single player who's listed for point props, they have them at 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. So if you can properly forecast which games are going to go over, which we've been using OddsShopper Premium for, it's been honestly, we got to give those Area 51 bunker credit this week. Think about it. Think about the overs they've hit for us. The Rangers with Ottawa, so we were able to build ruckus around that. Buffalo, Detroit, so we were able to build ruckus behind that. They got us the Islanders minus 1.5 last night. They are on fire over there. It's only a matter of time before they reverse engineer those spacecraft, alien spacecraft. So I'm going to try to do that with some of these games, and I've been pressing for a deal, and we got a similar one. Your first bet on Bet Rivers is going to be risk-free up to a certain amount depending on which state you're in. Read the specifics down below. It will show you your state and how much your first bet's going to be risk-free. And if you're saying, oh, but I don't really use that site. I use all the sites because the NHL is a sport where all the same stuff isn't available on them. But like Bet Rivers also, if you want to take McDavid for 1 point, I mean, it's going to be an absolutely absurd price, but they will allow you to, opposed to other books where they're forcing you, no, you have to take McDavid at 1.5. You have to. On this site, you can take guys at 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, and put that in a same game parlay. And for all you pirates out there, how do you think you build up some massive ones? If you can correctly forecast a guy getting 2 points, a guy who was listed at a half point, I don't want to even call him a mid-tier player. If you took Brock Nelson last night with the Islanders minus 1.5, that's going to put you at like plus 400 or something like that. You really can build some dead man's chests with these Bet Rivers same game parlays, and we have opportunities to do that tonight. Now we got these Edmonton Oilers. You saw what they did to Carolina after that full layoff that they were on. So now they're just sitting there. Then they're going to be taking on a Minnesota Wild team who had to play the previous night and is coming into their building. Just like you saw with Hyman the other day, there are many players on Edmonton who can go for 2+ points. So let me try to build one of these for you. How about we go right back to Hyman? Let's see if they feed the hot hand. 2 points for Hyman, 1 point for Kaprizov, and the over 6.5. That will give you big Pirates chess. And also add Edmonton to win. I like Edmonton to win that game. And regular guy, I'm sorry, I didn't want to leave you out. I know regulars are showing up here, and I would like one standard regular bet, please. I do think this is a good spot for Edmonton. Even remove the teams. Road team played last night, traveling to Edmonton for a team who's been sitting there for a long time, rested and ready to continue what they did the other night. Edmonton is a very good play, in my opinion. Earlier in the night, we got Florida versus the Penguins, and I'm just surprised that Florida isn't more of a favorite. The Penguins have been pretty dismal, but those Stars, they always scare the sports books for whatever reason. Pittsburgh always scares those books. And with Florida, these games, especially recently, they have ruckus potential. That Islanders one was 5-4. This last one was 5-4. So if you envision another 5-4, it's another opportunity to go use these Bet Rivers multi-point same-game parlays where we can go 2 points for Barkov. We can go 2 points for Malkin. I mean, you know I like Crosby. But if you choose like Malkin, I like to pick guys who are listed at 1 point because I just feel like I'm screwing the system because you don't normally get to take them for the adjusted point prop total in a same game parlay. And if you have this where you are, congratulations. But a lot of people don't know this, so I'm trying to get people over there to enjoy the fruits of larger sniffs. as far as this game goes, Florida's playing pretty damn well. They're playing well, and I think Pittsburgh has 2 or 3 wins in like their last 11 games. Carlson, when they got Carlson, and my original video, my first pick and corners video on my YouTube channel, just to kind of test it out, I was doing season-long projections, and I was like, oh, take the under on the point total for Pittsburgh. They're relying on the same core from 2009, and they're bringing in yet another old guy. I always thought Carlson was just Letang, but slightly better. The same kind of player, same kind of defensive liabilities, but slightly better. And now Letang's just lingering in no man's land on PP2, despite the fact that he had great chemistry on PP1. What's the result? Bottom 5 power play for Pittsburgh, who has a perennial trustworthy power play. Very weird to see, but they're in a funk right now. They lost that last game to the Lightning convincingly, barely got 1 goal at the end of the game on a lucky bounce. Going into Florida, previous years will always scare you from Florida, but I guess if Bobrovsky's playing, that's a pretty good price for Florida. I lean Florida, but I lean even more for one of those ruckus same game parlays that you could take advantage of. In the last game, Blues, Blue Jackets, I will say that the Blues didn't play the previous night and the Blue Jackets did. They got killed, and then they're going back home, so they're probably doing more traveling than the road team, which is a weird thing. But these are 2 kind of crusty teams. I'm leaning Blues. Maybe ruckus potential, as you've seen with the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets went from one of our under teams last year to full ruckus potential this year. Hey, you know, you can graduate. You can have promotions, demotions, just like the English Premier League. But Blues, Blue Jackets, I hate listening to Blues music. That's mostly a stay away for me. And that's it. There's just 3 games on this Friday night. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Shopper channel here. Follow me on social media and come subscribe to my YouTube page. I'll be doing another episode of Pickin' Corners where maybe I can elaborate on this stuff a little bit more with more sniff theory and my first look at the weekend games. Hopefully I will see you guys there. I'll be back with you on Monday here for another round of NHL picks, but as always, we'll have those Week 14 NFL picks coming Saturday, in between Saturday and Sunday. I will see you then. Good luck.